I'm Dave Palumbo, founder of Species Nutrition. From my earliest bodybuilding days, I believed in only putting the best in my body. And that lives on in the Species Nutrition line of products. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
I haven't seen the sun in a week and a half. Look! It just came out! Look at that!
I love it!
Welcome back to After Hours. I'm Dave Palumbo, and I am joined by, I don't know who are we joined by today. Gregg Valentino, I see on the line. I see John Romano. I don't know if anyone else has joined us yet. Welcome back, guys. What's going on?
Dave, Greg.
Just getting ready to riot at the Capitol, getting my shit together.
Look at that. John, in 20 years, we're going to be doing this show. Greg's going to be 83, and he's going to still have that Trump-Pence 2020 sign in the back right there.
Dude, I'm pissed off. I had a big one on my front lawn, and I wouldn't take it until the inauguration. But we had that bad wind like a week ago over here in New York, and it fucking blew away.
I like it.
I scoured the neighborhood trying to find the fucking thing. One of my neighbors probably found it and threw it out.
I like the fact that it's like tilted, like sideways. I don't know if that's just your camera or if that's just the way you have it hung on the wall.
It kind of fell.
Yeah.
There's a little table here.
Yeah, I guess Trump fell a little bit too. So, like Tyler said, it's probably appropriate.
Well, how dare you?
Appropriate.
I have another one. He's going to have another one next to it. It's going to say Trump Flynn 2024.
There you go.
Who's Flynn?
Trump. Who's Flynn?
Flynn. I love how Dave is so politically.
I don't want to know anything. I don't watch any news.
You know what? I love that. There's two things I wish that I could do. That if I could change anything about myself, it would be these two things.
Yeah.
One would be, you ever see the guy that's like so mellow? He just talks really low and slow, and he's told low and slow. Everybody's listening because they want to hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
Never gets excited, never gets angry, never yells.
Bueller.
That's the serial killer, John. Though that you want to be wary of those people.
No. In like a Ire Rastafarian kind of way.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Still, okay, and then the other is just to be unaffected by this what morons do and unaffected by politics and not give a shit. And I wish I could say who's General Flynn. I swear to God.
You know what the problem is, John? I don't care, to be honest with you. It's not going to affect me. I don't want to know. It's too negative. I don't want to. I'm not going to give them my attention. First of all, I don't have 10 minutes to give to anything other than what I do already. But I surely don't have time to be worried about things that I have no control over, basically.
Like I said, I would change those two things.
You have too much free time in you because you don't have kids. Have a couple more kids. You don't care anymore.
I would have a Trump Candace Owens, John. I love Candace Owens. I love that girl.
That's going to be Ivanka Trump and Candace Owens.
I do like Candace Owens.
Ooh,
I know
like
who she
that.
is. All right.
I like that.
Before we get started, I want to thank Carlo Filipponi, our good friend. He couldn't make it today. He's going to come on next week. He sent me this Muscle Chef peanut and coconut spread. It's like a peanut butter coconut with some protein powder in it. It's absolutely delicious. I don't know if you guys have tried it. I'm going to have Carlos send you guys some.
Now, is he using your protein for that?
And I don't think so. I don't know. I don't even know. I know he uses my products. I don't know what he put into this product. That's why I want to have him on next week. I want to ask him. He also sent me this. He's got this Muscle Chef L-carnitine coffee, instant coffee, which is kind of pretty, convenient because you don't have to. All you got to do is put some hot water and you just open the packet, pop it in, and you're good to go. So 2 new products from the Muscle Chef. In addition to is obviously the chickenpound.com, which is, I love his chicken. We eat it all the time. So
yeah, it's always nice to have those backups in the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Now,
he's a good chef.
someone asked me the other day, they're like, on Heavy Muscle, I was showing off this peanut butter. They're like, doesn't Mr. G have peanut butter? I said, here's Mr. G's jar of peanut butter. Hold on. Here's Mr. G's jar of peanut butter. It's the same weight. It's supposed to be the same weight, only Mr. G's is like double the weight. Now, I don't know if it's just because the jar is glass, but Mr. G doesn't sell this. He just sends this to us as like a favor, so that's not really for sale. But so Mr. G doesn't really have for sale. So this is for sale on Carlo's website. What else did I want to show you before we get started? The
gloves.
My gloves, my Bear Grips. I've been using them to train with. I actually like them, although they don't fit well. I showed this to John the other day. It's like I'm like Johnny Cochran and O.J. Simpson here with the glove. Bear Grips.
Nice.
You can check them out. They're like pretty much impenetrable gloves. If you want to like train, when I don't know about you, John. When I used to train super heavy back in the day, I would get these calluses from the bar, the gnarling of the bar, that were so disgusting. Like they were so. Like you had to actually like peel them off. Like they were so terrible. And so I started wearing gloves because I was a wimp or anything like that, but I just didn't like my hands peeling constantly. And they helped a lot. But what would happen is they were always the gloves that had the fingers, through. And eventually, from all the weightlifting, the glove would retract so much that the calluses would be exposed again. These are good because they're full finger, but yet you can still do stuff with them. And they actually have a finger on the top, so you can actually work your cell phone. Even though you really shouldn't be working your cell phone when you're in the gym, but
if you're tying, you can pick your nose.
You can pick your butt too with this thing too.
You can pick your nose with that. All the times we got to pick our nose.
You know what's weird about calluses?
What?
I train at 50. What? Yeah, how many years I'm in training? 48, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Heavy all the time, neural bars all the time. I got calluses. I get that part of my hand and my fingers over here. It's very tough, but they don't. Some people get it like that, all cracking, blistering, and,
right,
gnarly. And some people don't. I always wanted, that's what I got. Nothing.
Have you seen Mr. G's hands?
No.
If he comes on, I'm going to make you. You'll throw up. They're so disgusting. I don't know what he's got on his hands. And Jimmy the Bulls looks like someone put a cement trough on him and just like cement. Like his hands look like cement. They don't even look like real hands.
Well, why don't
I get fat hands?
You can see I got the calluses here, but they're not nasty.
Yeah, I have little ones now, but I don't really lift heavy anymore. It was when I was lifting heavy.
They're there, but
how much? Yeah, but you don't lift crazy heavy weight anymore.
No, but I do like
don't.
knurling. No, I don't. And it's the knurling that digs in that does that. And I use a lot of dumbbells with knurls and bars with knurling. I like knurling.
Yeah. Greg, did you ever have a lot of calluses?
A little bit, not much. I had more when I was young. You know what I mean?
You got a beefy hand there, Greg.
Yeah, I do. I have a fat hand. I have fat hand. I have a pretty fat dick too.
But you don't have fat in your hands. You have like a lot of muscle on your hands almost.
Yeah, I have that. My father had like fingers like sausages. You know what I mean? Like the old school Italian.
Yeah.
Like they were big. They were like sausages.
I have these long fingers, but I used to be able to flex. John, seriously, I used to be able to flex this. I forget what this muscle's called here. The thumb flexor here. And I would literally see striations in it when I was training.
The back of my hands are shredded,
Yeah, you got the veins. Yeah, you got a lot of good veins on there.
I have that too.
You got long fingers though, John too.
I got monster fucking hands. I had to buy in gloves for my motorcycle, and I had 3 XLs, are the only ones that fit.
Yeah, these are 2 XLs. They don't fit. I'm telling you. Yeah, it's the Italians. Italians have big hands usually.
I get a square fist like that. Weird.
But Greg, I noticed this even when I used to look at your physique back in the day. You have a very good proportion to your body. You're not. You don't have like one thing out of proportion to the rest of you. You're all balanced. Your body.
Just the nose.
Pre-oil though. He had a great physique before.
No, I'm talking pre-oil. Yeah.
No. Greg had a really
oil, not that fucking Synthol shit everybody talks about.
When you inject 10 cc's into your body every single day, it doesn't matter what you inject anymore at that point, Greg.
No, I agree. I told you it was time release juice.
You might as well has something in it if you're going to
exactly.
That's
I never
right.
understood that. You're injecting oil. Why the fuck would you inject oil with nothing in it? That's the dumbest.
Absolutely.
Well, so that you don't get like, you don't detoxify yourself to death. The fact that Gregg didn't get sick was because he wasn't absorbing it all. Like he said, it took him 10 years
Time
to absorb
release.
it.
Dude, that shit, I stopped doing that, got in trouble, go to jail. I stopped doing that shit 2-3 years later. It was still like fucking leaving me. It was crazy.
So
You're still releasing it probably, I bet you.
That begs to ask. That's a good question.
That's why he has so much muscle, John. He's on nothing, but he really is on something still.
No, but seriously, if you stick the needle in, sometimes you stick it into the scar tissue in there and it just gets really hard to press.
Yeah, I get scar tissue.
You jam it in anyway. And then sometimes you find a clear spot, that you haven't hit in a while. And then it goes right in. And I'm wondering, when you're squeezing it in there, have to really get, you almost pop the fucking needle off the bottom.
Dude, I've done that. I've actually had to pull with pliers, had to pull the needle. Snapped the needle off of me, and I've had to pull it out with pliers.
So my question to Dave is: does that get stuck in the scar tissue, or does it still dissipate like it's in the muscle?
Ask Gregg. Gregg's the greatest experiment of all time. I'm convinced he probably still is releasing stuff into his system. There's no way that his muscles are completely clear.
Seriously, not kidding aside.
I'm not kidding. I think that he has pockets still that are still releasing, drug. If he went for a deep tissue massage, he'd probably gain 20 pounds 6 weeks later from all the steroids released.
Broke it all.
I got scar tissue all over me. Yeah, I have a lot of scar tissue.
So then when I'm jamming,
did you see his legs, John? He's not on any drugs. He hasn't taken a shot in 10 years. You ever see his legs?
Yeah, you got to see my legs right now.
Let's see your legs. He looks like he's on a full-blown cycle. He probably is, because he's got stuff in there that's still legs to him.
I don't know if I can. Kenny, I don't know if you can see him. Wait a minute. Let me see. Wait a minute. I'm sitting down now. Dude, can you see? I can't. Can you see? I can't see if I'm showing him.
YouTube dinged one of our videos the other day. They said it was porn. They said it was a muscle in the morning. This is definitely porn. Now we're showing.
Look at that package.
Hey, is that a jock strap? Or is that training leg?
There goes the monetization for this.
Yeah. We lose it every time. It's okay. There's Bane. Look, Bane is. We got Bane G in the other room over there.
Man, this is my new high altitude training thing.
Yeah, a lot of people told me they're not happy with your internet connection, George.
Really?
There's a lot of complaints I'm getting.
What's the matter with it?
They said it's annoying that your connection sucks.
This thing is sick. These high altitude training things.
Oh, I thought that was a mask. No.
No, it's a high altitude training. It simulates me from 4,000 feet to 15,000 feet.
I'm the guy. My fucking friend is the one who invented training mask.
Oh, really?
And my other friend is the one who's the vice president. So I'm friends with the owner and the vice president.
Who's that?
Casey Danford is a friend of mine. He's the one who came out, who discovered it. His friend used to paint, was a painter,
right.
And he would do some like MMA fighting. And when he would fight MMA, he would wear the paint mask sometimes. And Casey would say to him, "Dude, what are you doing that shit for?" He goes, "Oh, it helps my, get my breathing going and all this other shit." So Casey had this idea. Let me design this mask called training mask. And now I hooked him up with my other friend who's an accountant, and he became the vice president. Together,
these things are sick.
You know what the training mask is, John? It's basically like, let me asphyxiate myself while I'm training. I'll just block my ability to breathe oxygen.
All you gotta do is 220s back to back for half an hour. You don't need to wear a fucking.
I'll tell you, this thing, it's like weight training for your lungs. It's like benching for your lungs and squatting for your lungs. It's unbelievable. It's like simulating swimming, but you don't have to swim.
Victor Conti told me this on an interview I did with him once, and it resonates with me and it makes complete sense. He's like, I don't know why people train with training masks. He said, the best Olympic athletes train with oxygen so that they can train harder because they have more oxygen going to the muscles. Then they sleep in a hyperbaric chamber at low oxygen levels so that their body will produce more red blood cells while they're sleeping. But while they're training, you don't want to handicap your ability to train at maximum, output because you're only giving yourself limited oxygen. So that made perfect sense to me. So I don't understand why people would train with a training mask on.
I disagree. It's like swimming.
Oh,
When you're swimming, you have restricted oxygen flow to the muscles and stuff, and it builds up your oxygen output.
No, it doesn't.
it
doesn't. Why would
funny?
you want to swim at a deficiency? That means you're not going to be able to put maximum
Here's
output.
hold on. Here's how I know it works. Because after I do it, I'm like, I practice. I can scream as loud.
Some people would say that's a sign of being committed to an insane asylum, but
What's different?
Training Mask. Dude, Training Mask just did a study. They actually want me to use it for 5 minutes a day because of my throat and the cancer. And they're saying that it actually helps to build back the muscles in your throat because my throat's not. Dude, if I eat.
Well, I can understand that because it's making you work harder to breathe, but I don't see how it could help. If I'm an elite athlete and I want to perform better, I don't know why training with an oxygen deficiency would make me train better. It's going to make me train worse because I can't put out as much effort.
Hold on, but Dave, you're going to train, but it's going to teach your body to be able to get more blood flow to your lungs.
No, but
and
sleep in a
By-
hyperbaric chamber, like Victor said. At low oxygen, your body will learn to adapt to that while you're sleeping, not while you're trying to have maximum
That's
output.
right. Training masks want you to not. They told me don't use it, okay, when I'm, like when I'm working out, to use it while I'm sitting, relaxing.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. They
said 5 minutes a day can actually change the throat of somebody who's had throat cancer, head
that
cancer,
makes sense.
and a lymphoma and
Oh,
stuff.
so they're saying don't use it while you, because I trained for 2 hours.
No, they're not
He
saying
trained for
that
2
you can't
hours and he
use-
went into a coma, John.
No, they are saying. Wait a minute, hold on. I don't want to confuse people.
He drowned in the ocean while he was surfing.
They do recommend training with that on, George.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, it's not.
But listen to how that makes no sense. They're taking EPO to increase the red blood cells,
Right.
and then they're going to put a mask on to stop the oxygen.
Doesn't
from
make
getting
sense to me,
the
yeah.
Red blood cells that they're. Dave is right. You train with as much oxygen as you can get to the blood, to the muscle as possible, to increase its capacity, to increase its strength, and then at night, when you're recovering, is when you want to produce more red blood cells, which you would do in a hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah, I'm talking about cardio.
To train at altitude or with a mask on or doing 20-20s back to 220s back to back, whatever, to get you exhausted, that might work to increase your endurance, your breathing endurance, but you're not doing the muscle cells of your body any benefit by wearing that mask.
I'm not doing this to get big.
Not to get big.
He's just doing it, John, so they'll let him in the gym. That's all. Because
Yeah, but it's the lung
No,
capacity.
hold on. I was going to Zoom you last night, Dave. I was in the gym at 1:30 in the morning.
I was up.
Nobody there. I go, look, I'm here. Nobody's here. And then 2 other guys came in, man. 24-hour gym, old school, regular.
I was
regular
up till
gym.
4:30 last night working. So
It has-
I was
has
training the
two-
same time, George. Same
Were you
time.
really?
And he was so happy too, right?
I miss those days, Greg. Back in the day, everyone in Westchester used to train at like 1 in the morning.
Well, I always trained at 1 in the
loved it.
morning, 2 in the morning,
I loved
3 in the morning, and then I wouldn't finish till like 6 in the morning.
It was great. Yeah,
Yeah,
you were.
'cause I get afterwards. I can't sleep. I mean, I'm up.
We're definitely all night owls, most
Me
of us.
too.
But
Me too. But George, that's supposed to build your lung strength.
It
your
is.
lung capacity.
That's what I mean.
That's why all the fucking UFC guys wear that shit. It's
Look,
because with the breathing. It's not going to help you build muscle.
You say everything you want, but I know how I breathe after it.
Right.
well, you're
But
so
if
happy
we-
you have oxygen now. That's why you're appreciating
Right.
it more.
The body's going, thank God he took
Let's-
the fucking mask off.
I want to bring up the story that's very important, I think. The guys at Attila's gym, Ian, who owns it, he's been on the show before. Attila's gym has been fighting the state of New Jersey to stay open for since COVID started, basically. They've had their business license taken away. They've had the doors locked on them. They've taken the doors off the hinges themselves. They've changed their business. They say that now, what were they saying? They're like a
halfway house.
yeah, something like that. They've been fighting. They've been fined. I think 1.2 million in fines. Actually, these guys have, obviously didn't pay anything, but Just recently, like 5 days ago, they had 176 grand or more or so in their account. I think that because they've raised a lot of money from GoFundMe and stuff like that to fight the state, and the government came in and seized all the money. Now, how do you guys feel about that? Greg?
I'll tell you what, it's bullshit. They have no right to do it. It makes you scared of the government. It's not even the government. It's the fucking governor. And it wasn't because he owed, like you said.
Yeah, it's not tax. It's not like he owed taxes.
It wasn't
in the
tax
IRS.
dollars.
Right.
It was because he was fined, and they already fucked him. They already fucked him by turning off like the water and the electricity and arresting anybody who was at his gym, leaving his fucking parking lot. They would arrest you for fucking violating the COVID thing. They're so sick in the fucking head. What they did to that poor guy is wrong. Yeah. It's wrong. It makes you scared to have money in your bank. They could go in. They don't give a fuck that money could be like for your mortgage, for your children, for whatever. They went in and they cleared. They didn't leave a penny. There was nothing in his bank. And it doesn't matter where the money came from, whether it came from his Uncle Tanus leaving it to him for fucking, in a will, or if it came from GoFundMe, or if it came from the gym. You have no right to touch that money. I'm sorry, but that's fucking wrong. And there's no way I don't think he's gonna get it back, because all these fucking judges are all Democrats.
Well, it doesn't even matter. I don't think anyone's giving it back to him anyway. I think the state is gonna say we have the right to take the money. We fined him, he didn't pay us, and we're taking it. John, what do you think about this?
It's more of what's coming, and it's the reason behind why states like New Jersey and New York and California are losing residents by the thousands.
Yes.
And if you want
100,000 people moved from New York.
Call up fucking U-Haul and ask how much it costs for a truck one way from California to Texas, and then San Francisco to Texas, to Austin. All right. And then ask for what it is the other way. It's about 3 times more expensive for the truck to leave California than it is to go there, because they got to move the trucks back, because nobody's returning them where they came from.
Right. Good point.
Have any trucks to rent in California, you got to bring them back from Texas.
That's one way of reducing the traffic on the road in there, I guess, John, right?
And it just had a Black Lives Matter fucking just burned down half of New York City again last night.
These states, these governors, Greg is right. It's the governors. And these governors, Cuomo, what's his name out in California? Newcomb.
Murphy in Jersey.
Murphy, yeah.
These guys are creating enemies, okay? You got Cuomo whining and crying about, I want you guys to come back from your houses in Connecticut and Vermont and come back to New York. And they're saying, fuck you, I'm not coming back to that fucking cesspool. You ruined that fucking city. And no, everybody's leaving. So
you can't even walk in the city. You can't walk.
Taxes leave, the employment leaves, and it's eventually New York's a shithole right now. Have you been to Manhattan lately?
No.
It's a fucking shithole.
You want to go there? They fucking jump on your car. Dude, it's a fucking animal house there. They jump on your car. They fucking will stop you that's what they did yesterday.
Right.
They were stopping drivers from driving. They didn't like it that the cops came, so they started burning down the fucking shit again. They're fucking savages.
And they're not terrorists.
No, they're all Trump supporters wearing BLM shirts and fucking helmets and they're fucking, give me a break.
Here's the problem the way I see it.
That is what's turning people off to these states. Yeah. And they're leaving. I see, when I first got here to South Carolina, I never saw a New York or a New Jersey tag on a car. Today, 5, 7 a day, and I barely even leave the house.
Yeah. The real estate down there is unbelievable.
They're leaving like in droves. So,
well, it's also winter, so everyone's leaving. Everyone leaves anyway. Then
that's going to cripple those. That is going to absolutely cripple.
It's bad. It's really, really bad.
They deserve everything they got coming. And the Tillis Gym is going to prevail in the lawsuit, and they're going to be awarded damages that are going to blow the fucking state out of the
I tell you what, I don't see it. Not with the Democrats gaining even more power. Look what they're doing right now at the White House.
Yeah, but Trump
you were talking about before. You were saying
Greg, Trump
Yeah.
put in like 500 circuit court judges. They're not all Democrats. When they appeal it and go up to the next level, it's not all Democrats. So
The thing
they
is,
will
Yeah, but the
prevent.
Republicans are fucking pussies. Look what they did with Trump. He put those fucking people in the goddamn Supreme Court. Amy Coney Barrett, right? Yeah, oh yeah, she's gonna. They didn't even want to look at the. I hate when people say he went to 60 court cases and he lost. No, he didn't. Nobody even saw his fucking case. They all said, I'm not even gonna read this. You
because
know
they're
what I mean?
afraid. They're
Yeah,
scared.
you know, listen to me.
They're
I don't mean to get.
bullshit. It's
you
our
don't
country.
for nothing.
You're
You know
supposed to
what?
vote.
You know how you know she's full of shit too? Because she adopted 2 little black kids from fucking. She went to fucking over there to fucking Haiti to get 2 little black kids, just like the fucking movie stars that go to Africa. I got an authentic black kid. Mine's from Africa. Well, dude, let me tell you something.
What about the ones here?
There's kids in America
Yeah.
that need to be fucking adopted.
I was
I don't
hitting his
care what the
head.
color is. I don't give a shit what their skin color is, what their nationality is, what their background is. There's kids in this country that need to be adopted. You want to adopt a black kid? I'm fine with that. I would adopt a black kid. I don't give a shit. But I ain't going to Africa. Go look. Mine's authentic. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here. So I knew right then and there that's showboating. Fuck you.
Purebred.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a break though. That's all fucking bullshit. I'm all for. I don't give a shit what color kid's skin is.
They're not following the Constitution. That's why, Greg. They're voting on ideology.
Look, you know
I
Law
don't
is law.
You don't
They-
trust
they-
you trust a Republican judge? Those fucking they're spitting on Trump on his way out, kicking him in the ass. Look at Mitch McConnell, that cocksucker. Just even today, what he was saying. You know, Donald Trump is responsible.
Lindsey
What?
Graham too.
His
Well,
wife.
Lindsey Graham's a little bit better, but still, they're all.
They have a
fucking-
shipping company.
They're all-
Greg, him and his wife have a shipping company, and his wife is connected to the Chinese government. It's either her sister-in-law is married to a guy that's in the Chinese Communist Party, and they gave their shipping company, McConnell and his wife, they gave him like a $500 million contract that they have. It went from nothing to that.
George,
So he's compromised.
but George, look at Sowell. The fucking the guy was fucking a Chinese spy.
Yes.
And you know what they did? Pelosi, instead of fucking firing him and getting rid of him, they gave him a fucking higher position now in the goddamn intelligence. If that was a Trump guy or a Republican, he'd be fucking crucified.
They're
He'd
with
be
China.
for treason.
They're not Americans. They're not for America.
We're
Listen,
fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked, man.
I want to get.
All
I
right,
want to give a
let's
little-
let's talk about something a little bit more.
Hey,
up. Yeah.
one history thing, one
What?
history lesson, and then I want.
I didn't know you were a historian, George. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean he dressed up like George Washington last week?
I got.
He chopped the cherry tree now with George Washington. I know.
I'm building.
He,
All right,
chopped,
so,
he chopped a cherry tree down with his brother's golf club.
Rosenberg.
It was really
Rosenberg.
George. It wasn't George Washington. They got the name switched up a little bit.
Well, but that's what's good. That's what's funny about it.
It was.
George
Story.
Smalley chopped down the cherry tree, and then he laid the blame on Washington, and Washington
Right.
wasn't
Well,
smart enough.
My
Because-
great ancestor was Francis Key Scott,
Historian
who wrote the Star Spangled.
making history.
So, Rosenberg, name Rosenberg. She's a head of Black Lives Matter now.
Lisa Rosenberg, who was the
Right.
fucking.
Who is she?
Right.
Who is
She's
she?
the one for the Brinks fucking robbery that was in with Joanne Chesmar and all
And
that
19, and also in
terrorists. And fucking Barack Obama
and
pardoned her.
Tupac. Hold on, and Tupac's father.
Right.
Tupac's
His stepfather.
right.
Sure.
So Rosenberg, she got 80. They set off like 500 bombs. They were gonna blow up the Naval Academy.
He
And they
killed the
got
cop
caught.
and shit.
Listen to this, Dave. They got caught. 2 Brinks guys got killed, and a cop got killed. They got 80 years in jail, and Bill Clinton, after 14 years in jail, let them out. She's now in charge
No.
of Black Lives Matter.
Obama pardoned her.
Oh, but yeah. And he also, Bill Ayers. And Bill Ayers is with the Weather Underground, another communist overthrow government organization, who he got 80 years, 60 years in jail, and they got him out. 2 domestic terrorists that are now involved with the Democrat Party.
Bill
One
Ayers,
and the same.
Bill
There you go. If you guys want your history lesson, just come tune into After Hours. You can hear it from Mr. G and Greg Valentino.
No, hey, we're about the truth. We are the fucking truth.
I didn't know George was so...
It's fucking right here. I'm telling you the truth.
John, did you know that George was so politically active?
Yeah, I just wish you'd get his story straight.
Yeah. He probably has 50% of the truth, right?
There's some truth in there. Yeah, you mixed your notes up. I don't know.
You want to clarify, John?
Left maybe. But no, but what he said about Bill Ayers is almost right. Bill Ayers is a domestic terrorist, but he was Obama's mentor.
Yeah.
Right?
He helped raise money for him.
Right. And he went to prison for what, he blew something up, a bomb.
Blew a whole bunch of Weather Underground. Underground.
And then he gets
I remember that shit.
And then he gets pardoned. So
crazy.
Yeah.
And now he's working for the Democrat. You know, like I said in the beginning of the show, I wish I could say who's General Flynn. I just wish. But like, you see how riled up it gets, Greg? I mean, that's how you get inside when you see that's like, man, I wore a uniform for this country, man. You know, I was in the Navy. I was one of them. Okay. And then I got to see this. The whole idea was we don't want communism in this country. We don't want socialism. We want democracy.
Yeah, but John, they want to shut you and I up. They want to shut us up. They do. I want to know.
For some reason, these lunatics decided that we should not be about freedom anymore. We should just open the borders, let everybody in, fuck all the rules, pay for everything, give everybody everything, make this the cesspool of the fucking earth because we're going to just attract all the fucking lowlifes.
It's a global takeover.
Hey,
it's globalist.
And what I want to know? John.
Countries in the world that people are worth pledging their lives for, and then this is what we get.
Hey, you know what I want to know? Can Donald Trump pardon Lee Priest in the IFBB?
Gotta hurry. He's got like 20 hours left.
Let me speak.
It might be the last pardon. He might have pardoned Lee Priest as the last pardon.
Why is he excommunicated from the IFBB?
Oh,
no,
shit,
he's not. He's fine. If he wants to compete, they'll let him compete. He's fine.
He's good.
He's good. They like it.
I know. I was making a joke.
Yeah.
I love Lee. You know, Lee's my boy.
Yeah.
I was just making a joke.
You know, speaking of old times, you know, I'm going to be on the Monica Brandt show. She has her own podcast, and I'm going to be on it today. And I'm sure you'll be on next, John, because I know she wants to get you on too. But I don't know exactly what questions she's going to ask, but I don't think I've ever been interviewed, at least in our industry, outside of our industry, yes, by a woman. It's always, you know, a guy's channel I'm on. So it's going to be interesting the perspective that she takes and what questions she asks me. I'm interested to know. You know,
are you going to wear that glove during the interview?
I'm going to wear the glove. Yeah, it's my
OJ
Michael
glove. Jackson. You got one glove on.
Yeah, in case I got a bat.
Is that a
I get the wrong glove on.
Dave is doing MMA.
We should make that a thing. So we all wear a glove.
Yeah.
Instead of a mask, we're going to wear a glove.
For unity.
We can shake hands.
Oh, I can tell you
this is our unity glove. We'll call it.
I got kicked out of every place for not wearing a mask.
First of all, you look like a germ spreader to begin with. So, like, without a mask, I wouldn't let you in either. I got news for you.
I was in I'm in Staples.
The way you scream with the spit coming out of your mouth, I would have quarantined your ass in 3 seconds.
Hey, so let me tell you. So I'm in Staples. I'm getting printing.
The funny thing is, he'll never get COVID, John, ever. He's immune to it, probably.
Yeah, because I roll in the dirt. I'm getting printing cartridges at Staples. And
he's got herd immunity already, you know.
You go to Staples has where you go up to the cashier, and now they put like these little kiosks up to walk around, like perimeters. So I'm standing on the next one online. There's nobody there, and there's like a 4-foot petition next to me where someone could go on the other side. All of a sudden, I hear the guy say, "Excuse me." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Your mask isn't over your nose." And I'm like, "So?" Right? So he goes, "Oh, you got to come outside with me." I go, "Come outside with me? What are you talking about?" No, he goes, "Listen, you can't buy anything." But I think for about 3 seconds. I go, "You know what? Go fuck yourself, you fucking Nazi motherfucker! Fuck you! Fuck Staples! Here Where's your fucking printing cartridge? And I took it through him like a fucking Bruce Lee, like one of those silver stars. I go, you're part of the fucking problem, you Nazi fuck. I want everyone in this store to know he's a fucking Nazi.
And they're all like,
Dude,
and then they all felt justified to kick him out of the store, right? They said, we knew he was crazy, this guy.
Spoken just like the homeless Vietnam vet with the shopping cart under the bridge.
Dude, I had 2 stories like that. Once I was in Walmart, and a guy was telling me about my mask. Same thing with the nose, and he kept saying, "Pull it up, pull it up." And I told him, "What are you talking about?" I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, because as I talked, the mask started to drop, you know. And so the fucking guy, and I got a flag mask too, so it'd make it worse. And he starts telling me, I told him, dude, I don't have no COVID, but here, look, I'm putting it over my nose. You happy? He goes, yeah, nobody's got COVID, right? It's a hoax. It's fake, right? You're probably one of them fucking Trump supporters. So I started freaking out.
Oh, boy. That's all they had to say to Gregg, right?
You. I chased him in the fucking store. He ran away. I chased him. I was telling him, fuck you. Fuck Biden, that motherfucker. And then I'm up at the front. This is another time. And this black chick is there, and she's arguing for no shit. I'm online. She's arguing. Now I'm all the way up at the front. Now I'm paying for my shit. She's still arguing because she wanted to buy more than 2 Lysols. And they had, this is back when they had like you know, you can only buy 2 Lysols at Walmart. And she was arguing. And for no shit, 20 fucking minutes. Her and the manager are going back and forth. So I'm over there, and I got 2 Lysols, right? And I put them up. And she goes, look. She goes, he's got fucking license. It's because I'm black and it's white privilege and all this shit. So I told her, oh my God, I can't fucking take that shit no more. I started screaming at her, fuck you with that fucking white privilege shit. You want more? You know, because she kept saying, I work for a doctor's office. And, you know,
I would have given her my 2 Lysols. I would have paid for them and said, here, ma'am, here you go. That's what you should have done.
No, fuck that. I would spray it. I'd stick it up her ass.
No, that's what you could have diffused the whole situation.
And you get to buy. It's white privilege. I had 2
you should have.
fucking 10 in a wagon.
You blew it. You blew it. Your chance to go to prove that, you know what? There's no white privilege, that you believe in mankind, which is what you always say. You should have said, here, ma'am, you know what? Here, I know you need these more than I do. I'm going to buy them for you, and here you go. Now you got 4 Lysols. That's
but Dave, she's screaming, pointing at me.
I know, but you would have diffused the whole situation. You would have been like King Solomon, you know?
Yeah, but you don't need to fucking point at me saying, look at him, he's got white privilege. Bullshit.
That's why you should have diffused the situation. By escalating it, you're adding to the problem of this whole world.
No,
that's
I feel like I'd be sticking my ass in the air. That's why we got wars, because no one's willing to give. I feel like I'd be sticking my ass in the air and letting
No, he's got to make a stand, Dave.
No, he doesn't. You're Mr. Bring peace to the universe,
screaming.
George. Now you become a militant Black Panther?
No, she was screaming. She was screaming. It was high pitched. Even there was black people.
I know, you should have diffused the situation. You blew a good
like
chance.
George, this kid in fucking Walmart.
Yeah, but her voice, George had authority. Her voice was piercing.
You know what it is? What they say, that you're selfish, right? And who's telling you that you're selfish? Some gluttonous behemoth with diabetes and fucking metabolic syndrome and needs to drive in a little fucking cart. Put your mask on. Lose 20, 30, 150 pounds, fat fuck. Get healthy. Don't tell me I got to wear a mask because you have no self-control and can't take care of yourself. So I got to inconvenience me to take care of your failings in life? Fuck you. I'm not wearing, and I'm never going to fucking wear one.
They sit in that fucking cart in the cookie aisle and shit. You see, and I'm like, yo, your fat ass should be walking around the store.
I see it all the time.
I should be in the cart. I'm the one working out at fucking 60 years old, cancer control. I work out every day. I should be in that cart relaxing. You're the one that should be walking. You need the exercise, you fat bastard.
And the ones calling you selfish are the same ones that are hoarding toilet paper and hand sanitizer.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I told the fucking woman, I said, if you work for a doctor's office, why doesn't the doctor with all the Scotto go and buy the fucking Lysol? Why do you know, I'm not giving her no Lysol. I told her off. I told the girl.
I completely disagree.
And there he is.
I hoard toilet paper towels. Am I fucked up too?
No. We're not talking we hoard it. We're talking about I had some black woman calling me white privilege, telling the manager he's got white privilege because I was buying 2 fucking Lysol. She wanted 10, but they had a limit, only 2. You can only buy 2.
Yeah. Exactly.
What I do, Greg, is I go to the people on the line because I want to buy more paper towels because I use them for my snakes, the snake cages. I go to like the people on the line. I say, here's $20. Can you buy this roll of paper towels for me? Because if they don't have one themselves. And that's how I solve the problem, rather than go scream at the manager who's just following rules.
Everybody's got all to pay a $20 vig to get a fucking.
No, but it's not a vig. I'm giving them the money for the paper. Most of the people give me the change back. They don't want the extra $5 or whatever it is.
What would Jimmy the Bull do? Jimmy, what would you do if somebody started calling you?
He's a sweetheart, Greg. He's a sweetheart. He's the nicest person.
Let's see how Jimmy the Bull.
He would never yell at some woman in the store.
This is great. Greg, give him the fact pattern. Give it to Jimmy the Bull. Dave gave his way of handling it. Yeah, let's see how Jimmy the Bull would do it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Jimmy.
Well, I was gonna.
You gotta listen. You don't know what's.
Wait, Jimmy. If you were online for no shit like 20 minutes and there was a woman standing over, she was a black woman, right? And she was doing all this white privilege shit. She's screaming because she wanted to buy 10 fucking Lysols and you could only buy 2, right? But she started pulling that race shit. It's because I'm black. For 20 minutes, the shit went on. I was at the back of the line. By the time I got there, now I'm on the opposite side.
What would you have done, Jimmy? Don't say another word, Greg.
No, but I'm just telling Jimmy.
I don't want you to taint it. Just let him. That's the scenario.
But he has to know that she was saying, "Oh, he's got white privilege."
All right, don't worry. Yeah,
he knows. Go ahead.
What are you
Jimmy?
do?
What would you do?
You guys are starting to sound like me. We can't get a word in. First of all, it's a very simple solution.
What's your
solution? It's a very simple solution. All you had to do is take the woman over to the sign and say, listen, it ain't about black, it ain't about white, it's about the fucking sign. The sign says 2 per person. End the fucking story. It ain't about race. All right?
But the manager...
But she was already incensed.
Telling her that, Jimmy.
She was already
incensed,
Jimmy.
She points at you and say, you got white privilege. Look at that. Look at this fucking white guy over this fucking guy. He's getting it. It's because I'm black. He gets to buy 2.
Yeah.
But she can buy 2 also.
It would have depended what kind of mood I was in. But if I was in my philosophical, mood where I'm mellow, I wouldn't even have paid attention because I would have looked at like she was ignorant. Because the sign says 2 per person. It's not about black and white. It's about
right.
Right. So I got a bitch. I'm back doing the fucking oil. I think I made a big fucking mistake. I called in a quarter to. I called in a quarter to 1.
What's wrong with you?
You told me to call in a quarter to fucking 1. I call in. When I called in, what I saw? A fucking empty seat in your office right there, okay? And I'm limited over here. My time is limited over at this fucking oil company. I can't even call up any of these guys and ask them a fucking question because everybody's in a goddamn fucking hurry over here. This fucking job sucks. I don't know why I came back here. I made a big fucking mistake. You say that
every time.
So I stopped. I went to the fucking diner before. You know what I got to bitch about? I'm going to forget about the paper towels and the fucking privilege bill shit. I went to the fucking diner before. I sat down. I was in a hurry. I said, lady, I need a hamburger, please, and some french fries, and a Coke. Okay, she comes over. She drops the fucking cheeseburger. She leaves. I said, oh, I said, where's the ketchup? Where's the fucking salt? There's nothing on the table over here. She says, oh, I'm sorry. I had to wait 20 fucking minutes till she come back with the ketchup. Then she puts the ketchup on the table. I said, oh, excuse me, before you leave, where's the salt? I asked for salt too, and the ketchup. Oh, I'm sorry. Another fucking 15 minutes, she comes back with the little packets, right? I said, what the fuck is going on with this fucking world? I said, you can't leave the condiments on the fucking table. You gotta go in the back for 20 minutes, and you gotta hand me salt packets? What the fuck? I said, you people, this ain't about the COVID. You son of a bitches are saving money. That's what you're doing. Because when you wipe this table off, you can easily wipe the ketchup bottle, the salt and pepper shaker, and the sugar fucking bottle with the same fucking rag. How about that?
Why don't you just go to McDonald's drive-thru?
The motherfuckers are saving. If you own all these fucking places and these restaurants, they're saving money because they don't want to put the ketchup out in the fucking, because of the COVID. Are you fucking kidding me?
You know why, Jimmy? Because you got white privilege.
Yeah. Jimmy, why don't you just go to McDonald's, Jimmy?
Huh?
McDonald's. It's called fast food. You get it in 5 minutes.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow if I'm pulling this fucking hose like my fucking Bazole over here. I'm gonna have to go stop at fucking McDonald's because I was getting a nervous breakdown in the diner with this fucking girl. I think she was fucking a crackhead or something. I gotta wait all this time for ketchup and then the 20 minutes for the salt. Jesus Christ. Fucking unbelievable.
John, how much money would you pay to be able to see Jimmy pulling a hose out of a truck and in like freezing cold with the snow coming down, filling your oil chute of your house up?
You know, having lived in one of your houses that has that archaic, antiquated system.
Yeah.
The sight of that truck pulling up in front of the house is such a double-edged sword. Okay, it's like hot water, warmth coming out of thing. But $600 at the end of the month.
Oh my God, it was crazy. Yeah.
Fucking bill for that
Listen,
guy.
let me tell you something. I got to tell you something. You know, I had everything set up today, Dave, at 12:45. All right, I had the hose out on the grass. I was gonna do the whole thing. You know, pulling. I was gonna show you what I'm doing. But of course, naturally, you were late. Okay. Yeah. But I got to tell you, there was a little gratification about doing this because sometimes I go up to a house and a little old lady opens the door. She's got a fucking jacket on and she's going, "I'm so glad you're here." I said, "Don't worry, ma'am, I'm here. Where's the spout?" Over there, please. It's behind the bushes and the junk cars and the garbage cans and the fences and the gutters. Oh, okay, I get it. Don't worry. I gotta go over. I gotta jump over fences and abandoned cars and fucking gutters, systems and shit. Sheetrock sometimes.
Yeah.
I had a dog chase me this morning. I'm only on a job 2 days. I already had a little fucking midget fucking Yorkie fucker come after me. Fucking the lady, I was in the backyard pumping the oil. The lady opens the back door. Here comes this little bastard. I had to run out of it because I didn't want to step on the motherfucker. So I had to run out of the yard and ring a front doorbell and say, "Ma'am, could you get your little dog in the house, please? Because I don't want to step on his fucking head, and I got to have a lot of problems over here."
Kick him for a field goal.
Man, I got to tell you, do I not miss having a heating oil bill? Oh my God, it's such a pleasure to never have to deal with that ever again. You know.
Why? What do you guys heat your house with?
We don't have need heat. We're in Florida.
Oh.
If it gets freezing cold, they have like the air conditioning units actually will have electric, like a coiling system that will heat the house if you really need to use it. You never put it on though.
I gotta say, Dave, there's a lot of gas lines going in the street up here in New York.
I had gas in my new house, in my Seaford house, the newer house I had in New York was way nicer to have a gas line, you know, because
I have gas heat in my house. It's great. I love it.
Me too.
I still got oil heat.
But
I need you to come to my house, drop some
and Greg, you know,
I can do that.
You guys, you could come to
show me a couple of bucks on the side.
Jimmy, if you come to Florida, you don't need heat. It's never cold here. If it gets cold, it's 50 degrees. That's not cold still.
Are we gonna get on this subject again, Dave? He's not leaving. He's not leaving.
Listen, let me tell you something, John. This fucking job might actually force me out of this motherfucker.
You love it. You absolutely love it. You love getting riled up. You love coming out here and screaming and yelling about how riled up you are and all this shit. If you didn't have that truck, what the fuck would you be angry about?
But John, do the diners down there give you ketchup and salt? He'll be there.
Yeah, right. I don't know. They do that shit to you up there, Greg?
No, he gets the same thing. Sometimes you say, where the fuck, even a hot dog, you gotta have fucking mustard and shit. You know what I mean, right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. No, because it's all the COVID. It's all the fucking.
I haven't
COVID.
eaten out in a restaurant since this whole COVID thing started.
Jimmy, sometimes you gotta ask for a fucking napkin. You don't even get a napkin.
Oh yeah, I didn't get no napkin. No, I just ended my day because I got to go to the dentist now and get 2 fucking teeth ripped out of my fucking head, right? So when I went in the office over there, I knocked on the door.
Does Jimmy have any more teeth left? He's got, over the last 10 years, he's got a lot of teeth pulled out of his mouth.
He's like a fucking shark. He's like a shark with grows teeth.
He's like a shark. He keeps regrowing teeth.
He must, because he's got at least 10 teeth pulled since I've known him. How many teeth have you had pulled, Jimmy?
I don't know. I gotta get one, 2. I gotta get 3 more pulled, and then I'm getting the implants. I'm gonna do it.
Oh man,
you know how much those implants cost?
It's gonna cost me fucking thousands, but I gotta do it.
Yeah, but before you get them done, you got to call my friend Bill Brownstein. He has all the connections for that. You don't want to. I got a good deal for you. You'll get the best implants.
Oh yeah.
The guy who did my I had one dental implant because I had a tooth that cracked at the root, and the guy who put mine in does Howard Stern's teeth, and he's the best. This guy, you got to go to him.
Is that down in Florida? Or
No, this is
here?
in New York. Right. Like Roslyn area there, you know.
So I wanted to tell you how fucked up this COVID shit is. All right. I mean, I go to drop my paperwork off over here. I haven't been here since last year. And the lady got the door locked. She usually takes my paper and goes over all the, the numbers and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm banging on the door. She's not answering. So then some guy walks in, one of the other workers. I go, yo, where's Melody? What's going on? He goes, oh, no. He goes, look on the floor. He goes, you see that little black box? I go, yeah. Throw the paperwork in there. She don't want to see nobody.
Oh, really?
I'm like, what the fuck is this world coming to, man? She don't even want to open the door. It's unbelievable, bro. Some of these people I deliver to, they're fucking scared shit. They open the door this much, 2-3 inches. Hi. The fillers
Well,
over
those
there.
are the people who are in the risk of dying of COVID.
They got, where I live, there's people who actually have a chair down by the end of their driveway with a sign for like the UPS guy, put your boxes on the chair here.
Oh, really?
They don't even want the UPS guy going dropping them off on their fucking
man.
door.
That makes it much easier for the guys to drive by and fucking grab the box.
Of course. Everything gets stolen.
But they're so afraid of COVID, they actually put a chair outside. Due to COVID, please put the box here.
The media did that. All those CNN has a revolving deaths. How many people died? Oh, we got a big outbreak. That's because people got tested.
It's like the stock market. You got to watch the numbers every day.
They're sick.
Mr. G, I haven't gotten any deliveries from you recently. Are you guys still shipping cookies?
Yes, we are. Here, I
don't get nothing.
I want to show you.
I haven't got anything either.
Hold on. Let me show you the new one I just made.
All right, show us.
He's got all this shit up on his wall.
You remember that movie with Stallone? I think it was called Fist, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's like George's. Look at George's thing. He's got that fist. That's what it reminds me of.
Oh, I know. She. That's my part.
That fist reminds me of Richie Barrett, the American Combat Karate.
Yeah.
The only thing that's missing is the lightning bolt right through the hand there.
Is he still alive, Jimmy?
Fist.
Nah, Richie. He got fucked up.
What happened to him?
What happened? He had to get a heart transplant because he did a lot of partying in his day, and they wouldn't, because of his drug history, they wouldn't do it in New York, and he had to wait. And finally, Pennsylvania called him, and he went over there. He got a matter of fact, he got it was a bodybuilder that gave him the heart. It was a young guy.
Oh, really?
And it was successful, but then he contracted within weeks spinal meningitis, and he burnt up and he passed away.
Oh, wow. Shit.
Yeah. He was a good guy. I had a lot of fun with Richie, man. A lot of fun with him.
No, I know you guys were tight. Did you hear? I don't know if you guys heard, but the Boston Lloyd announced on a TV show that he's in kidney failure.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Are you shocked at that though?
No, I knew this ahead of time, but I didn't want to say anything until he announced it. But yeah, he announced it.
Is that genetic, Dave? Did he get
No, I think he did it to himself.
Diuretics? You think diuretics?
No, I think he just took a lot of gear over the last 10 years and probably wasn't watching his blood pressure.
Well, what's a lot?
Wasn't he was on our show a couple of times?
Yeah,
Boston Lloyd,
yeah,
right?
several times. Yeah.
Oh shit! It's starting to snow. Look at this.
I knew it. I predicted it earlier.
I gotta get the fuck out of here, man.
Jimmy delivering oil in the snow.
It's snowing here too. A little bit light though. Light, right, Jimmy? Light.
Yeah, it's light. Yeah, Jesus Lord.
Jimmy, go get his substitute.
I fucking hate it too, Jimmy. It's snowing right here where I am.
This is my last fucking winter here, man. I am.
I don't want to hear it. Like John said, we don't want to hear it.
I'm telling you right now, Dave. This job's gonna drive me right out of New York.
I don't want to hear
pulling this fuck. Next week, I'll show you guys me pulling this thing through the fucking jungle. This fucking hoses.
Bullshit.
Anyway, we got to get Boston Lloyd on the TV show with us next week, I think, so we can talk.
Does he got to get kidney? Does he have a transplant or anything?
I don't think it's at that stage yet, but I think he might need dialysis. We'll get him on to give us an update of what's going on. But obviously, I love the kid. I love him like a little son, but I don't want him to go the way. I don't want it to be the next Derek Anthony. You know what I mean?
But can he reverse that though, Dave?
His creatinine is very high. Very high.
Why? When did Derek
over 6?
Did Derek keeps doing stuff? when he was found out?
Yeah, yeah, Derek did. Yeah.
So Boston needs a mentor.
He might need you to go down there and give him a little
He needs you, George.
mentorship.
I could do a Zoom call with him every day. I do that with people.
That would help him tremendously.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's get
Mr. G and Boston together on call.
Listen, Boston. It ain't about what you look like. It's not why people like you. They like you for who you are. You got great talents inside of you. God put this. There's a reason why this is happening. You're going to be the one that's going to show all the other bodybuilders. But after this is over, you still got a purpose. You know, it ain't about what you look like. It's about who you are, and that's really what it is.
That's
right.
You
can show a lot of these guys who are all up on being big and huge. It don't matter. You know how big and huge you are. People like you because they like you because they like Boston Lloyd. Boston Lloyd is funny. He's a good person. He has a family too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. He's a
great father. You're a father. That's the greatest job in the world, Boston, is being a father to your kids. You know, they want that. So it doesn't matter about you being the best bodybuilder in the world. Being the best father is.
But Dave, is he going to still continue to do shit? Dave,
I'm afraid to answer the question honestly. I don't think he can stop. I think he's like.
That's where you got to fucking call a timeout. You know what I mean?
It's gonna, Dave. You gotta give him his why. You gotta show him pictures of the kids. This is why you gotta stop. See this here?
He's got his own kid. He looks at him every day in his living room.
Well, yeah, but you gotta. But you gotta show him that. Even though he sees it every day, it's not getting inside of him.
I was talking to a friend of mine who's a bodybuilder in this industry who's having some substance abuse problems for many years. And I said to him, look, stopping taking prescription drugs or even recreational drugs has to be easier. I know it's easier than a 16-week contest diet. You could do a contest diet and get into 0% body fat. You can do that. You can accomplish anything. There's nothing you can't do. When you have, and this kid has kids, 2 kids. So when you have kids, that's your legacy now. Do you want your children to grow up without a father? That's going to F them up for the rest of their life. So you have to stop being selfish. And when you have kids, it's not about you anymore. It's about them. And that's why I waited so long to have kids, because I wanted to be able to have that mindset where I'm not worried about competing, about myself. My kids come first. And that's, so when you're doing drugs and going down that very, very slippery slope, and you have kids, you're really doing a disservice to them. And you know what? It's not about you anymore. And stop being selfish. I always tell people, find some other passion, some other obsession you can put your energy into and go away from drugs. Because that's what, bodybuilders are very addicted to everything they do. So don't become addicted to doing recreational drugs. Find something else that you could become addicted to, whether it be your YouTube channel, playing video games, collecting Lincoln Logs. I don't care what it is, but be the best you can be at it, you know?
Yeah. But Dave, they can't fucking get, when somebody's got the monkey on their back, you could talk to them. There's crackheads. You could say, look at your kid. You know, judges have taken children away. And the crackhead's like, okay, I'll change my ways. I want my kid back. Yeah. And they can't do it.
Yeah, but you know what? That's selfishness, because anyone can accomplish anything. I don't believe it. If you could do a contest diet, you can stop drugs.
They're weak and they're addicted. And when you're addicted to a drug, that drug owns you. You know what I mean?
You got to get them into exercise. Especially out of their environment.
On top of being, psychologically addictive. Like when I was hooked on Nubane, man, that was the hardest thing in the world to fucking quit.
I know a lot of guys that are hooked on that shit, John.
What is Nubane?
It's a painkiller.
It's an injectable painkiller, but it's not like a heroin or anything like that. It's a low-grade buzz, but that's why people rationalize that there's nothing wrong with it, because you're functional, you know.
Go mainline.
I know back in the Gold's Gyms days, back in Venice, in California, I know a lot of guys addicted to that shit, man.
Yeah, Dan Duchesne got on it.
I know a lot of guys addicted to that, ketamine, all that shit.
Yeah, because being a bodybuilder doesn't mean you're healthy. Bodybuilding doesn't necessarily mean you're healthy inside.
There was a Nubane craze in the 90s. It was huge.
Look,
especially early 90s.
We all did it. Yeah. A lot of us did it.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I did it. John did it. And you know what? The day I said I was done, that was it. I never looked at it. I used to carry it around in my little bag with me. for 6 months afterwards. Just to tempt myself. Once I said that's it, I was done. It didn't feel great for the first week or two, and for the first 2 months after that, I just didn't feel right. But it was not an option. That's it. I was done. And you know what? You have to have that mindset when you quit drugs. It's not like, can I get a drug to bridge me off of it? Can I take another drug to counteract the? No, once you're done, you're done. That's the way it's got to be.
But you have a strong personality.
Yeah, but you know what, Greg? That you have to have that in life.
I agree.
If you want to be successful. People use it as an excuse. Oh, I have problems. My family, my father abused me. There's no excuses. When you have a family and you're the father now, you have to step up and take responsibility. You know what?
You're going to be a victim or victorious.
What?
You're going to be a victim or victorious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make a pick. Do it.
But not everybody is strong. I'm just saying.
No, Greg.
Strong people.
Greg, I understand. That's why they hire guys like that. That's why they hire people like yourself.
George, what do you charge? I'm just curious. How much you charge for life coach stuff?
$100,000.
What do you do by an hour?
50,000, 100,000.
Right
It depends
now-
on your salary.
No, I'm not charging anybody who wants me to help them. I help them for free.
Okay.
I'm
So I know you do life coach stuff. I know you got clients and stuff.
Well,
Hey, George owns about 15 houses already now for that business.
George has made more money and lost more money in his life than
Here's
most
the best
people
drug
will.
right here.
I'm telling you,
Dude,
Boston.
are those M&Ms in there?
No, this is John.
Chocolate.
This is blueberry. This is my new blueberry stuffed cookie.
He didn't listen to you, John. He's making more skews.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, John, what'd you say?
He still just can't ship out, the regular chocolate chip cookie. He's making new
What to you? What to you?
That's all we want.
Saying-
Is the
he's
freaking
saying
jumbo lights.
concentrate on one thing.
Oh, what are you talking about? People have
What
the
do you
average
wait
order.
for blueberries?
People ordering $1,000 a month.
I'm making my own cookies now because I can't get a freaking cookie in the mail from
wait.
Mr. G.
Okay, here.
Tyler's going to be baking cookies now. I'm giving him
I
another
got
2
a
days a
question.
week of
Hold
work.
on. I got a question for Dave, Greg, and Jimmy. You guys have been around almost 60 years, all right? How many times in your life have you run across somebody that says, fuck, I wish I had blueberries in this cookie?
Never. I don't even like raisins.
Focus. You're not focusing.
These
I
are
don't
stuff-
like raisins. I think, George, you got a great product, bro.
You know what? I got an idea. Here,
John's
hold
telling
on.
you that you got a great product and something that people really love.
They're ordering.
Your cookies, man.
I got the deal, George. Listen to me. John is going to 100% agree with this. It should be a cookie of the month club. You charge a certain fee, and you decide what's going in the fucking grab bag. They sign up. They get a little box tin from you every month. Okay, you charge $50, whatever you got to charge for it, and you make your own cookie. Blueberries one month. You want to put raisins in there, bananas, papayas. I don't know what cacao chips, whatever you want to put in there. You make your own stuff, and they get a surprise box every month. Call it the cookie of the month. You can buy gifts for people for Christmas and this and that. I think you'll make a fortune. This way, you never know what you're going to get. Whatever scraps you got laying around your refrigerator,
Dave,
you throw it in the batch. That's
Dave,
it.
look behind you. Why don't you just sell protein powder?
What?
Look at all the SKUs you have.
Because I'm a nutrition
why?
company. You're a cookie company.
No. That's not true. Dave, what was your first product, and how long did you just market one product?
Probably like 5 years. Lipolize and Somalize.
Yeah, but this is different. This is food. People only
a cookie of the month club. I'm telling you, it'll be easier, George.
Dave, there's only one problem, brother.
What?
If he's going to do that cookie of the month stuff, like you're saying, that cookie you got there on your desk,
Yeah.
it takes a fucking month to eat it. You know what I mean?
No, what I'm saying is he could fill this tin up. He could fill this tin up with a bunch of different, whatever he wants to make.
Oh, that's a tin. I thought that was the jumbo, the jumbo thing. Yeah.
What he does here? What he does is you make the person send the tin back when they want more cookies. So when he sends them the tin, it's got an order form in there for what cookies they want. Whenever they want more cookies, they send the tin back. He fills it and sends it
You
back.
have to have employees, John, to do that.
It's a person who, they ordered They ordered the protein cherry cordials. They ordered the space bars. They ordered the Coke, the Mounds Coke protein Mounds bars. They ordered the dark chocolate peanut butter cups, white chocolate peanut butter cups, and 1 dozen taco boost chips.
Now all
It'll take them 100 hours to fill that order, John.
Now all you got to do is make all of that shit.
Yeah, so what? That's the business. It's like that's what our business is.
But if you started the business,
No, they're not gonna.
one,
And I'd already be done. They order it and then that's it. They're not gonna order it. They don't want to keep ordering. These people want regular stuff. That first cookie is really a novelty item. I mean, it's a big cookie.
But they want to ship tomorrow. They're not 3 months from now.
Listen, I'm like Chef Ramsay. The customers will wait with.
Okay, so now if I want space bars and you don't have any, but you got orders for cookies, peanut butter cups, blah blah. When am I getting my space bars? How long do I have to wait for?
5 to 14 days from when you
Jimmy, when you order a fucking sausage and pepper sandwich, when do you want it? Now. 6 weeks.
I don't know. Usually when I order sausage and peppers, I get it right there on the spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But,
boy, me too. I could go for it right now.
You know, well, John, when you were talking about space cakes, my mind went back to Amsterdam when I was working for Netflix. I saw myself at this building. It was a psychedelic-looking building, and they sold space cakes in there. I was in there with Keith Angeline. Remember Keith Angeline?
Yeah, Keith Angeline. Yeah.
Yeah, me and him went there, and there was these brownies in the showcase. And I asked the lady, "What are those?" And she says, "Oh, these are space cakes." I said, "Oh, give me a few." I had no idea. So me and Keith were all eating these. Before you know it, the guy Jeff he ate so many we lost him. We didn't know where the fuck he was. We had to go. It took us hours to find him. We found him on a bench in front of McDonald's, fucking Amsterdam. Fuck, it was crazy shit. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. I gotta get some teeth ripped out. I can't wait.
All right,
I love you guys.
Jimmy, you gotta call me, right? Jimmy, email me that.
I'm gonna call you next week. I'll share some hose pulling with you.
All right.
I'm gonna pull the hose later.
That's right. Well, guys, thanks for joining us. Of course, as always, with your very, very strong opinions. I hope we're back on the air next week. I'm Dave Palumbo. The entire Whack Pack. Have a great week.
Love you guys.
Bye.
And name the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost.
Love you, bro. Take care.
Jimmy,
get some sausage and peppers.
Andre de Padre, the Zante, the Zante.
This is daily bread. Give us our trespasses as we forgive those trespassing.